is finally here. Finally! The podcast is here. Y'all have been sending me messages, asking me about it. When is this coming? When is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? Yes, it's happening. It's here now. Steele, he'll be my normal partner in crime. I wanted to get something out because we started the league a lot quicker than I thought we would. But I wanted to get something out before it got too late. But in the future, in the weekly podcast, he'll be with me doing this. And before we get started, I just want to send a huge thank you to everybody involved in this league. We went from a half-assed idea into a fully functional, really good league in the matter of 4 or 5 days. I mean, if you really think about all the stuff that goes into a good league, the fact we were able to lay the foundation in the matter of a couple days is pretty insane. So, again, I want to thank everybody involved, everybody in the league. Doing what you had to do, drop to 53 players, join the league, join daddy leagues. There's so much that was going on, and everybody took care of business. So, thank you to everybody. All right, so let's hop into it. The first segment we're gonna have to do is around the league. The website is done for the most part. I might make minor changes. I'm thinking about adding a Twitter feed, and then I'm also gonna embed this video somewhere in the website. But for the most part, it's good to go. We got the forums ready, so if people want to request stuff, we can check our wait lists, trade blocks, Revo spreadsheets, whatever you need is going to be in the forums. And in terms of the way it looks, if people think it needs to change, like people complaining about the green, I'm open to change it. I'm not a web designer, so let me know. Alright, so let's hop into the players of the week, offensively and defensively. First up, we got offensively, you got my boy Julio Jones, who held it down. 9-route cheese all day against Jed in week 1. Had 196 yards and 3 touchdowns. Defensively, could have gone with a few people. I went with Brian Arakpo, who terrorized the Bucs. Finished with 4 tackles and 3 sacks. And pretty much made Chance want to quit life. Let's hop into the games of the week for weeks 2 through 4. There's a few of them we could have chose from. For week 2, really there was only one game, and it was Gamesta versus Sam. They already played. Sam beat him. It was a good close game. Definitely an interesting one. Week 3, you got myself against Mike. Bald head gangs. Going up against each other. Should be an interesting one. I think I'll probably use the Mike. He seems to be better off with this Madden than I am so far. And then in week 4, you've got Steele versus Sam. They had some great classic matchups in Madden 15. Hopefully they can keep that rivalry going in this league now that they're in the same division. Even though Mike ran away, it would have been really interesting to see all 3 of them. But that should be a good game in itself. Alright, now for the quick pick'em. I'm doing weeks 2 through 4. I'm just going to name the team that I have winning. If you're curious who they're playing, you'll have to do the legwork and go check it out, because there's a lot of games to say. Week 2, the Ravens, Raiders, Texans, Panthers, Jets, Colts games have already been played. Therefore, I'm obviously not picking on those. As for the other week 2 games, I have winners as Packers, Redskins, Patriots, Vikings, Steelers, Falcons, Jaguars, Cowboys, Chargers, Bears, Saints, Chiefs, and Browns. Week 3, I have the 49ers, the Panthers, the Redskins, the Raiders, the Pats, the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Colts, the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Texans, the Lions, the Bills, the Ravens, the Bears, and the Steelers. For week 4, I have the Chargers, the Falcons, the Steelers, the Cardinals, the Raiders, the Panthers, the Packers, the Seahawks, the Dolphins, the Jaguars, the Bills, the Redskins, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, and lastly, the Vikings. Alright, fellas, let's get into the power rankings, or the user rankings, whatever you want to call them, because we don't have much to go off as of right this second. We're only in week 2, so without further ado, at number 10, we have Randy with the New Orleans Saints. I don't know if he'll win the division. Actually, I know he won't win the division. But he's a solid user. At number 9, we have Zeke/Zach/ whatever the hell he wants to call himself. I haven't seen him play Madden 16, so this is kind of more so based off Madden 15. He has no shot in hell, just like Randy, he has no shot in hell at his division. But he's a solid user. He'll win his fair share of games. He'll probably beat Gamesta and Arwalk once in a blue moon. But division-wise, pray to God for a 6 seed as the second wild card or whatever. Because he's not going to win the first wild card or the division, because Gamesta and Arwalk are going to occupy those spots. Next up, we got Savage coming in at the number 8 spot. I think he'll win the NFC North on a consistent basis. Snorkel, I love you, but I think Savage is the better user, and I think he also has the much better team to start out. And with development being so limited, I don't think we'll ever be able to make your team as good as the Packers. So with that being said, Packers run the NFC North. Deal with it, Snorkel. Hashtag. Coming in at number 7 is my partner in crime, Bay, also known as Steeltown Killer, douchebag, whatever you'd like to call him. I don't know if he'll win the division. I honestly do not. He's got Sam in his division, and he struggled with Sam last Madden. The good news is he has the Steelers, which is probably the best team Madden 16-wise, and with development limited, as I've said before, I don't know if any team will be able to keep up with the Steelers in terms of talent. So we'll have to see, but for now, I have him at 7. At number 6 is myself. I'll be the first to admit I don't even think I'm very good, or even good at, for that matter, in this Madden. At least not yet. I'm going to bank on the fact that I wasn't very good at the last Madden when we started out. For those that don't know, I got raped by Halpin on a consistent basis. Obviously, that changed over the seasons, but I haven't been that good at this Madden so far. I'm hoping I'll adjust to it. But I'm kind of banking, like I said, on something happening just like last year, where I improve over the seasons as I adjust to the game. Next up, we have the Screen Doors, also known as Swamp Nuts, also known as Vintage, also known as Matt, or whatever the hell his name is. He'll probably win the division Season 1. I'll admit that, but I think I can beat Vintage. I only played him once in the last Madden, and I think that game I didn't have like Manziel, or I don't remember, but I think I can beat Vintage. I don't think he's as good as he was in the last Madden before he quit, because obviously we know he sucked when he came back, but we'll see. He lost to Smooth in week 1, so that's got to tell you a little something. Coming in at number 4, I got our favorite person to hate, for some people anyway. I love Gamesta, but he comes in at number 4, just like Vintage. I'm just not sure he's as good as he was last Madden before he quit, or in his case, got booted. He lost to J5, I think, in XM. He just lost to Sam, and that's no disrespect to J5 or Sam, but I think we can all agree that Gamesta in his prime in Madden 15 would have torched both of those guys. So we'll see, but right now I have him a little lower than he probably deserves. He probably deserves the 2 spot, but he hasn't shown it so far. So we'll see. Alright, so at number 3 we have the guy who just beat Gamesta, Sam. He's complained a lot, but I still think he's a good user. I don't think he's going to fall off. He was a good user in Madden 15. Once he gets used to the game, he'll be running backwards and doing all kinds of stupid shit with his defense, making some retarded-ass interceptions, I'm sure. He's never been a great offensive user, but he'll get the job done on defense, and that's really all that matters in Madden. If you can play defense, you can win. Coming in at number 2, my bald head gang brother, Mike. Everybody loves to hate him. I don't have a problem with him, even though he does complain a little too much sometimes. But, he's bald, so I'll forgive him. Mike's a good user. He seems to be actually better at this Madden than he was last Madden, which, that says a lot, because he was a good user last Madden, even though he was cheesy. I'm kidding, Mike. Calm down. But, that being said, seriously, I do think he's a good user. And from what I've seen, he's gotten better, so watch out, because he's probably the favorite in the NFC right now. Not that it will matter, because coming in at number 1 is Arwalk. The man, the myth, the legend, Arbot, whatever you want to call him. He's a beast at Madden. We all know that. We can all accept that. He'll probably win the first 2 or 3 Super Bowls. Hell, he might win all 6. He's a good user. He's a smart user. And unless he throws a game like he did for Snorks to prevent himself from getting booted from the league, he will win, and win very often. Now I know you're going, wait a minute, where's Matt? Where are the Patriots? Fuck the Patriots. Alright, fellas, so that concludes this podcast. It's just a preview Once me and Steele start doing this together weekly, we're going to have all kinds of different things. We're going to be doing, as you can see, just a bunch of different things. Just some of them are listed right there for you. We're going to have guests, come on the show, Sam, Mike. We're going to cause a little chaos, good guy, bad guy type thing. We're going to piss some people off. We're going to have some fun. We're going to keep you guys entertained. Stay tuned.